Hey y'all, this is Pitmaster Jason coming to you from Perrigin Paradise, Dixon, Tennessee. I'm going to take this opportunity today to show you how to light a fire, prep your ingredients, and cook a beautiful pork tenderloin with an apple chutney barbecue sauce. So let's get started. Choices, choices, choices. Do I use this? Or do I use this? A loaf lighter. I think I'm going to use the loaf lighter because this is the perfect match. And in 60 seconds, I can have a good, clean burning fire. Already seeing sparks. I'm not having to use any lighter fluids, no chemicals, no extra stuff. I'll hook up my loaf lighter and I got a good clean burning fire right off the bat. That's how you start a proper fire. We've got our fire properly started. Let's preheat our cooking surfaces and move over to prep. Now we're going to dice up some apples and onions for this apple chutney barbecue sauce. Easiest way, take your chef knife, hold it properly like this, slice along each edge of the core. Being sure to move your fingers out of the way. Discard your core. Turn your apple slice over sideways. Slice down the center, flip it on its side, slice down the center again, and then dice. Being sure to keep your thumb and fingers out of the way of your blade. We'll do that again. Slice down the center, turn it over on the flat side, slice down the center, and dice. Only use nice rocking motion. That way you get good even cuts. Try to keep these things as consistent as possible. That way they'll all cook pretty evenly. Again, slice, turn on its side, slice again, and run a dice. Good, even, consistent cuts. Oh, even sometimes a pro messes up. It's okay. Gather yourself, get everything back square. Run nice even dices. Being sure to keep your fingers out of the way. Flip it over on its side. Run another slice. Run a dice. There you go. We'll go ahead and throw these apples in the skillet. Get them to start cooking down. Now we're going to take an onion. A lot of people have a problem with an onion. You've got your root end, you got your stem end. The easiest way to tell people, you'll take that onion and cut it in half. And now you can take it, cut off the ends of the stem. And we'll leave the root end on. Grab a corner and peel that onion clean. Gets all the skin off for you. You have a nice clean onion. And leave that stem on there as a handle. Same thing with this one. Grab that first layer, peel it back all the way down to the stem. And it even gets that little skin that's on the edge. So now what we'll do, you want to come in here from a side angle. You want to run your knife across, make 2 to 3 cuts depending on how big your onion is. Come back across. You want to cup your fingers, run a nice dice, long ways like this, and then you're going to come in. You have nice rocking motion. You've got even cuts. Now everything will go in there. It'll cook even. On this recipe, we're going to use half of a medium-sized onion, which is what we've got here. So we won't slice that other side of that onion up. We've got 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. We've got 1 tablespoon of chili powder. We've got 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 4 tablespoons of sugar in the raw. You can also use turbinado, which is basically the same thing, or you can use a brown sugar, light or dark, that's up to your preference. Now we have 4 tablespoons of honey. Whew, that's warm. Let's do this. 4 tablespoons of honey. Now we're good to go. Get your ladle, start spinning, stirring this around, start letting it cook down. Make sure you get a nice even coat of all your seasonings, all your wet ingredients, mixed good with your dry ingredients. We're going to let this sit over high heat, let it simmer down for about 20 minutes. You want a nice steady simmer, good even boil. Like I say, this is live fire cooking, so it may change up a little bit. This grill's a kudu, so I've got the ability to move it up or down, in or out. I can get hotter or I can get cooler, depending on what I need. When this is done, it starts bubbling and these apples and onions start to caramelize, break down a little bit. I can pull it off of the fire, and then we can work on going to our pork tenderloin prep. Now we're going to move on to our pork tenderloin we've had in our cooler here. We're going to take these out. Pork tenderloins are typically 1 to 2 pound pieces of meat. As you can see, we've got some sinew and some fat in there that really isn't appetizing. So I'm going to take these beautiful 62 layer Damascus knives that I bought over in Okinawa, which y'all can get at the NEX. Thank you, NEX. You can come in here. You don't have to get crazy. Nobody's going to be watching you in your own backyard on your day off. Just do a little bit of trim work. Get in there and pull that off. Clean it up a little bit. Make sure we get it nice. That way every bit of it can get a little bit of this beautiful rub we're going to use by my good buddy Stretch. Again, we're just doing just a little prep work on the front end. Something that the butcher missed. And that's okay. I'm going to leave a little bit of that fat on there because we all know fat's flavor. All right. One little last trim. See, you had a little piece of sinew hiding underneath. Just get in there and clean that up. All right. Now, I'm going to take my gloves off here. We're going to use some of this Grinder's meat rub. Thanks, Stretch. Open this up here if I can. We're just going to dust a little bit across here. Look at that beautiful color. Oh, this is going to make this thing mouth-watering delicious. Old Stretch knows what he's doing. If he didn't, he wouldn't be on this Messlords tour, that's for sure. But he's got it down to a science. He wears a cape too. Anybody who wears a cape's got to be all right in my book. So we do a little coat and we're going to dust it. Use as much or as little as you like. That's all in your preference of taste. I like about a medium coat on here. So we're going to let that sit for a second. Just kind of pat it in. Make sure it gets wet and sticks pretty good. Oh, we missed a little bit. Let's use some of this left over here. Oh yeah. Can't leave that out. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this beautiful tenderloin. we're going to move it over here to this live fire that we built up. I'm going to set it down here just like that. We've got a little apple wood chunk in there. We've got some lump charcoal. Lump burns a little hotter and a little cleaner. So we're going to take this, we're going to let it do its magic. Take this glove off here. We're going to put the dome on here, that way we keep all of our smoke flavor in. We're going to adjust this down a little bit, get a little closer to the fire, and then we'll check on our apple barbecue chutney. Oh, it's looking good. Look at the color in these apples and onions. See how they broke down? That sauce has kind of come out of there. You got all the sugar, all the sweetness, and then you got the savory from all of the apple cider and the chili powder and all that goodness for the onions. So we're going to let this rest or grill for another 5 minutes or so. We'll check back in on it, turn it over, and make sure it cooks even. Okay, so we're about halfway through the cook. Woo-wee! Look at that. We're going to take these and flip them over. Oh, listen to that sizzle. Yes, sirree. So we're going to take this apple chutney barbecue sauce we've got here. It is cooked down and looking beautiful. So we're going to take our little brush here. We're just going to brush a little bit on. Oh yeah. I'm going to get all this au jus on there, a little bit of the glaze. Make it shine up pretty good. We're going to let it set for the last part of this cook. We got to make sure we get some of those beautiful apples in there too. Glisten this thing up. So what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 minutes is the sugars are going to caramelize in this sauce. So all of that sweet and savory goodness that you worked on in that skillet is going to shine right here on this bark on the outside of these pork tenderloins. All right. So we're going to get one more coat on here, make sure we get all these top sides. Now we're going to take some of these apples. Make sure you grab these handles with something that's heat proof, because this stuff gets awful warm. I'll sprinkle some of these apples on there, some of these onions. Let them set up too. Oh yeah. All right. Now we're going to cook it for probably another 5 to 10 minutes with the dome on it. Let everything set up, come to temp, and then we'll come back and we'll let it rest, slice her up, see what we've got. Okay. Ooh, look at there. Our time has passed. We're going to temp these things here. Oh, look at that, 137. We're looking for 138 to 140. I think we're good to go. We're going to let her rest. Get my tongs here. I'm going to take these lovely loins off and put them over here on this cutting board. Oh yeah. So we need to take these and let them rest. All grilled meats need to rest for a good 10 to 15 minutes to let them just kind of relax and all the moisture come back into the center of the cell tissues. That way it doesn't run all over your cutting board and you lose all that beautiful flavor that you've been working on. So we're going to take a 10-minute rest, and then we'll come back and we'll slice these open. Okay, now we've let it rest. We're going to come in here and we're going to slice these beauties open. I like to do about a 1/2-inch slice. That's a good medallion size. Lay those out there like that. You're going to have a little bit of juice coming out of them. That's okay. That means you've reached your target. hasn't dried out, everybody's going to be happy. Hardest thing is going to be who's going to get seconds. So there you go. Got some nice pork tenderloin with an apple chutney barbecue sauce. Bon appetit. I want to say thank you to MWR and NEX for always taking care of the men and women who bravely take care of our country and our freedoms, and allowing the Messlords to travel around the globe and interact with all these wonderful people on the Fort Full of Freedom tour. Thank you for watching the video. Stay safe and take care.